The American XM8 armored gun system is a Tier 8 light tank. It is very fast, maneuverable, and well-armed thanks to its experimental 105mm rifle gun. As one of the most powerful light tanks in armored warfare, it can outflank and outrun practically every heavier vehicle in the game. It was born in the 80s as part of the AGS Armored Gun System competition. The XM8 was developed as the modern replacement for the Sheridan light tank. The XM8 is highly mobile on all forms of terrain and has excellent accuracy even while on the move. Compared to other light tanks, the XM8 has excellent protection, especially when fully upgraded. The armor is, however, customizable from the Level 1, protecting the crew only from small arms fire, to high-intensity conflict Level 3, providing protection even against infantry anti-tank weapons. The vehicle has excellent mobility thanks to a Detroit diesel engine tuned to 580 horsepower, allowing this light tank to go as fast as 72 kilometers an hour. The XM8 continues the American armor tradition of massive firepower on a relatively light chassis. And while it lost the original competition to the Stryker, the United States Army is currently considering reviving the project with updated armament. You can now play the XM8 in the open beta phase of Armored Warfare. Sign up today at aw.my.com. The Tier 9 Challenger 2 main battle tank arrived on the battlefield amidst an evolving political situation. Low-intensity skirmishes in Africa were being fought with obsolete equipment and outdated armor. There were no clear victories. The Challenger 2, originally designed and produced in Britain, was expected to be a dominant force when it hit the modern conflict zones. Murat Shishkin, a preeminent arms dealer, acquired a large number of the newest variants of the tank from a defunct military base in the UK. It was these tanks that entered the battlefields of Africa after being sold to various private military contractors and mercenaries. Upgrades like the 1,500 horsepower MT-883 diesel engine gave it decent speed and good mobility. Depleted uranium Jericho shells fired from its 120mm rifled gun allowed it to tear through the outdated T-72s, which made up the bulk of the private military's arsenal before the Challenger 2's arrival. The very nature of the African conflict changed with the Challenger 2's arrival. Rolling through the smoke of their own grenades, with enemy shells rendered useless by explosive reactive armor, the Challenger 2 was unstoppable. The Challenger 2 is available to all players in Armored Warfare now. Conflict is business. Play Armored Warfare for free today at armoredwarfare.com.
Hello everybody, welcome to today's stream, our second stream this week. I'm Freitag, I'm Community Manager for Armored Warfare here in North America, and joining me on voice communications we have Josh, our Senior Producer for Armored Warfare at my.com, and we also have Drew, Senior Community Manager for North America at my.com, and Piroko, our Game Master for Armored Warfare. And today we have a new update that we are very pleased to talk about. It's update 0.12, and it's got some pretty cool stuff in it. As we discussed yesterday, we have the new camo system in the game. Very cool. So anyway, say hi guys. I assume everybody is here.
Hey Kev, hey everybody.
Hey there.
Alright, I didn't mean to drown out you all. A couple of you are still muted, but
No, can you hear me?
I can hear you
Hello?
fine.
Nope.
Oh, there we go.
There we go, yeah.
Awesome.
I think just we spoke at the same time, that's all.
Alright.
How's everyone doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I have no complaints. So, one other thing we wanted to mention is that we will be handing out some more codes. So, as we discussed recently, we have a new promotional vehicle. It's the Chieftain Mark 6 Tier 5 Premium, and it is a full camoed version of the Chieftain Mark 5 with an upgraded crew, so on. So Piroko will be, he's usually in here with me, but today he's out at his desk and he will be handing out codes all all stream.
Yep,
So-
pretty much, yeah.
So
Awesome.
make sure you talk in chat and say hi and introduce yourself. And we will also be doing another stream tomorrow, I think. Is that right, Drew? We were talking about this earlier.
We're gonna do a last-minute planned bounty hunt.
That's right.
Should be a lot of fun.
All right.
As many
And
of you may
I've-
remember from before the holidays, we had a bounty hunt event, which involved me streaming very late every evening. And basically the idea was that you hunt down members of the My.com and Obsidian teams in-game. I think this time we'll only have My.com participating, unless...
Yep.
Yes, that's right. So we'll have the EU team, I think, we'll have the North American team, and we'll be playing. And if you manage to destroy us in-game, then you will receive a prize. What is the prize? Do we have a prize? I assume we have a prize.
Chieftain Mark 5 out of
There you
6.
go. Mark 6. So we have a Chieftain Mark 6
6.
as a prize. So, yeah, that should be pretty cool. We know a lot of you were asking about that, and we definitely plan to make it more of a regular thing. We'd like to get Obsidian involved. And, yeah. So, I think that's all of the sort of important stuff. Oh, Pitchfork's already coming out in chat. I think that's sort of the more important stuff right now. But I thought it would be cool for us to get into the game and start looking at some of the camouflage systems. So I haven't messed around with it at all on this account. But yeah, so we have a new camouflage system. It's in the customization menu here at the bottom. It's a little like a spray can, and if you camo, you've got these different camo systems. So Josh or Piroko, you want to start talking about that a little bit? Josh, you want to introduce it? It's been a little quiet so far, and I don't want to talk all the time.
Yeah, sure. So in the camouflage system, when you open it up, basically there are you're shown 3 different things, or actually 6 different things. 3 different environments. So you have the woodland or temperate or jungle camouflage, and then you have the desert camouflage and the Arctic camouflage. So you basically have 3 different types of camos that you can put in the game. The camos themselves come in 2 different versions. It's basically the base paint in which you can lay down onto your tank, and then another 2 or 3 colored scheme that goes on top of that. So if you show them the, I'm not looking at your screen at the moment,
Sure.
But if you scroll all the way down, you can see all the base camouflage types.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those are all unlocked by just playing the game, right? So these are free.
Yeah. So I'm looking at here, like for example, American Desert is play 20 battles or missions on desert maps, or we've got like Israeli, play 10 battles on missions or desert maps, etc. So got a cool little unlock system.
And if I remember, yeah, absolutely. And if I remember correctly, it actually uses battles you've already played. So if you've been playing a while, you play one game and the system will catch up.
Yep,
Piroko,
that's
you
true.
may want to mute your mic because you're getting some echo when Jinxx speaks.
Oh, because when he talks, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm so loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So base camouflage, and then if you pull up, why don't you show them how to drag?
Yeah, sure. So
all
we'll
6
pick,
types into the.
Yeah. So we'll pick, let's say this one.
And if you notice, halfway down the screen, it also shows there's a filter system. So if you're just trying to figure out what all the base paints are, or woodland, or desert, or snow, you can, if you're trying to find out trying to figure out what paints to put on for what environment, then there's a filter there.
Mm-hmm. Right. So I haven't actually unlocked any of the base paints, so.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get you into a game here, and I'm sure you will. Okay, but they go on one side, and then the other camos go on the other. Now, you also notice in the middle of the screen, there's 4 ways to pay for the camouflage as well. So there in credit, or you can obviously pay for it in gold. But also there's 3 ways to pay for it in credits. If you want to just try out the camouflage for 7 days, there's a credit price, 30 days. Or if you even want to unlock these camouflage permanently on that vehicle, you can pay a credit cost.
Yeah.
So we think this is the fairest way of doing it, since not the base paints, but the tiered, the actual camouflage pattern that you put on does have a 3% bonus to your camo rating. So we wanted to make sure that we put it into a system that was fair and anyone could get a hold of them.
Right. So you can just double click on the camos and they get added, and then over here there's sort of a little checkout window that'll drag to the screen, and here hit purchase and yeah.
Fairly easy system. Yeah, you can double click on the camos, or you can drag them into the appropriate box. You'll notice that it highlights when you pick one up. So it tells you where you're starting to put it. So that's actually helpful as well if you're not currently in your filtered mode.
That's right. And with
pretty cool system. Look really good in game too.
Yeah.
So.
And we've already got one question about camo. Are there any plans to add historically accurate camo based on like the U.S. or British or NATO camos?
Yeah, absolutely. So we started off to get the maximum number of variation and patterns on the maximum number of vehicles. Obviously, we have these, more generic camouflage patterns, But we want to get NATO pattern, Warsaw Pact patterns, national patterns and such, and they would be locked to specific tanks. But you can see why we started with these particular ones, because they can go on any tank.
Right. Exactly. Okay. So I invited you and Drew. If you guys want to accept the
Did you now?
I am in there.
Okay.
So I got zoned out. I was working on my camo.
Oh, no worries. No worries.
I know, it's like character creation. You're just like, I need to spend a little more time. Let's see here. What are we going with? Tier 4? We can do Tier 4.
Oh, I mean, I thought we could start off with the chieftain if we wanted to. Show off that a little bit.
Tier 5, sure.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay.
Show people what they...
So the only thing with the chieftain is I cannot add a camo to it, so I won't be able to show how it looks again.
Yeah, well...
That's true. Let's get one chieftain battle in, and then we'll show a vehicle that you put camo on.
So again, this is the promotional Chieftain Mark 6, which is the vehicle that Piroko is handing out codes for. So keep an eye on that. Will Toronto says, I forgot the base colors for camo. Again, they're not unlocked yet, so get some of those unlocked and mess around with the camo system a little bit more.
And the one thing that the Chieftain Mark 6 brings up is it's the first tank we have in the game that shows off the camo netting ability in the game.
Looks pretty badass.
In game terms, it gives the same 3% bonus and such, but it does look really cool, and it's something we want to add to a lot more tanks in the future. Just to answer that question before it comes up.
Okay, so I think we're ready here. Should we do PvP?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do it.
See how quickly we can get killed.
No.
Plus, we need the practice for tomorrow anyway, so...
That's right.
Yeah.
Or maybe the players would rather we didn't practice.
I don't know. I was online last night practicing for a bit, and I had a couple good matches, but I had a couple bad matches too, so...
Okay, well,
yeah.
We'd have to practice a lot not to get killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, for that.
And we're getting questions for bacon camos again.
Always popular.
Always popular. Billy Dale asks, are we going to see eccentric colors in the future, such as red, bright blue, and orange? So I guess that sort of leads into the question of what's next for the camouflage system.
Yeah, for the base systems, I think we want to keep the military themes going. We may sell the more flashier camos through the packs that we've done before, like ice and such, ice and the merc camos and have you. But we haven't made long-term decisions there.
Sorry.
All right.
I have the
joining
world's
match.
loudest keyboard again.
Let's see here. Are there any plans to have camos that give a better boost than 3%?
I mean, we don't want the system to become overpowering where
And I think we also don't want to have some kind of system where it feels like you have to have a certain kind of camo. I mean, it is supposed to be customization, not just like the best camo.
Mhm. Yeah, because I mean, if we had something where I was like the Uber setup that gave you the best thing, then everybody's tank would look the same. And I don't think that's the goal of the system that we want to do.
Yeah.
agreed.
Oh man.
All right, while you guys are joining that, I'm going to start giving out some codes, but
Awesome.
a reminder to everybody that they should have whispers on their Twitch account enabled so they can actually get the codes. We had some issues yesterday where people never got them because they have whispers disabled, so if you want a code, make sure that's on.
Walker Mead asks, are camo nets going to be added? We just answered that question. Yes, absolutely. We want to add camo nets to more vehicles in the game. Josh, do you think they'll be part of the camo system, or will they be an upgrade?
It's a good point. I'm not sure about the implementation. Obviously, most likely it will. Yeah, I can't answer that at this point.
Alright.
Which way
Takes
are
a
you
little
all
bit of
going?
time to get to. I will.
Either city or left, one of the two.
Well, left seems to be the brawl point, so that's
We
kind
are
of.
in Chieftains. I mean, we're not going to brawl
Yeah.
in Chieftain.
Well, I still think this tank's more of a sniper than it is a brawler. Its armor isn't quite enough.
And most of it is in the front, right?
Yeah, we could look over that after the game. I'm going to support you from this little corner here. Oops. Oh, they already found me.
Oh.
Ghost Rider asks, when will we get the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch?
Wow.
Jeez.
Well, Monty Python references, nice.
Billy Dale asks, how would we compare the Chieftain Mark 6 to the regular Chieftain? It's more or less the same. It does have
It's very
bit
similar.
Yeah, it has a little bit of an advantage because it has a fully leveled up crew when you get it. So the crew is level 5 to start. But compared to a fully upgraded or fully leveled up crew in a regular Chieftain, they're effectively the same.
Yeah, obviously some slight differences. I mean, the Mark 6, if I remember correctly, is the export version of the tank. They took Mark 1 through 3s and basically tried to get them up to the Chieftain Mark 5 level, but they didn't put all the add-ons to the Mark 6 version. So in game terms, the loading rate is a little bit is it the aim time or the loading rate's a little bit faster, and the other characteristics are slightly lower. Definitely in the armor situation, since it can't mount the armor package.
Mm-hmm.
Our left is going to collapse pretty soon.
I collapsed. Oh, jeez.
My center collapsed.
Well, it's because most of our team is. Oh, okay. No, most of our teams are brawling on the right. But yeah,
DM Snarf asks, is the camo system a smart system where it picks the camo based on the map you're on? I believe the answer to that is yes. So that's why
Yep, that's correct.
in the menu there you saw three different slots.
Oh man.
One for the woodland / temperate. That was the the green. One for desert and one for snow. So based on which map you go into, it'll pick the right camo for you. ZMF asks, remember the promise of Lord of War camo? Is that still planned? Gosh, do you know anything about that? I don't.
Need more.
Yeah. Please be more
info on that.
Yeah. Deus Ex
I'm
Machina
dead.
asks, what's the fate of the PL-01 given its redesignation in real life?
Yeah, we're actually are looking at that vehicle again. You know, we had it kind of modeled up and set to go, but we want to, you know, take this new information and make sure we get it as close as the newest information that we have in the product. I mean,
Yeah.
on the particular game when we get into the product.
I don't even know how to pronounce this next guy, but he asks, Steel Scooter asks, can you buy camo permanently with credits, or is it gold only? So you can. I was just playing with it there, and I bought a whole bunch of camos with credits. So it's like Josh said at the beginning of the stream, is everything's available just by playing the game. Yep.
Yeah. So you have 3 credit, just to be clear, you have 3 credit options. You can buy it for 7 days, 30 days, or permanently with credits. So you have lots of options with credits.
Should we do tier 4 or tier 5 again, or?
I just got a whole bunch of the base paints unlocked here, which is nice.
Nice.
Yeah, so let's show off some camo on.
I don't have any, but yeah, I'd like to show off some camo on the. Say the.
Oh, that's pretty ugly. I'm pretty happy with mine.
What tier?
Tier 4?
I'm going with 4.
Okay. Let me camo up. And...
As you can see, I've got some camo going on my wing fire now here.
Nice.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Waiting on Jinxx.
I think my favorite camo scheme by far is the pixelated style with the hard squares rather than the soft lines. I just love the look of it. And having that base paint makes it look a whole lot better too.
So Billy Dale asks, what kind of map is coming in 0.13? The new map is already in now, right?
No, it's the next.
Oh, it is the
next update.
Okay, yeah. So that'll be the coastal threat map. Some of you may have seen the coastal threat map way back when, in I guess early alpha. It was in the game, but it's changed considerably. But it's sort of a beachside town, I guess.
With a big lake and
big lake, and yeah. Seen better days.
It's a lot of urban stuff.
Yeah.
It's a pretty fun map.
Is it like lots of close quarters or the nice open spaces or what?
There's lots of places where you can run around, especially around the lake and such. There's a lot of, I mean, it's a combination kind of map, and there's a lot of spots that you can shoot across the lake and stuff. It's a really interesting map.
Can't wait to check it out.
He makes a good point. I think I forgot to update the headline for.
Ooh, look, an all tier 4 match. Oh no, they have 2 tier 5s.
Of course.
What's going on with our matchmaker here? That is one of the bugs I just wanted to. Yeah, that's the compensation. That is one of the things that has been fixed in the match 13. Is we shouldn't see those types of platooning issues with higher tier tanks accidentally getting over tiered like that in a match.
That's badass. So now that we're loading up into the game, let's show off how the camo looks in game, because I'm looking at my paint scheme and it looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, this one looks pretty great too. Very, very content with the way it looks. That is awesome. Zooming in a little bit here and taking a look. But,
Driver, crank it.
Affirmative.
Gunner, scan for target.
Oh man, I haven't done this
Move out.
map for a while. Oop. Okay, I thought this guy was gonna move. I think we got an AFK in our team.
Is
Could be a slow loader.
Could be.
Yeah, that's possible.
I'm gonna roll with you, Jinxx. See where you're gonna go.
No alarm.
So
Probably
Walker
off of a
Mead
cliff, just
asks,
because.
besides camo, are there any other new things in the recent update? There were a bunch of rebalances.
Yeah, there's lots of.
Yeah, we rebalanced a lot of stuff. We did give some buffs, I think, to the T series. I made some changes.
Yeah, we should just kind of, as we go through, we might want to talk about different line items in the patch notes.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of give a great overview of the changes beyond the camo system, which is really cool.
Well, I think one of the biggest one was the retrofits and skill rebalances. That was kind of the second big line item that came in. We rebalanced and changed a lot of the values of the skills and retrofits to improve the gameplay, but also to fix a couple of issues that were happening that the community raised to us. For example, the reload bug, or the reload issue with the self-propelled guns, the artillery, that's been improved. That was one big thing that the community had been asking for us to look at immediately.
Yeah.
And where is he? Oh.
And to be clear, a lot of that stuff, this is an interim fix to a lot of those particular skills and bugs. There's going to be a complete revamp on retrofits, commanders, coming up in the next couple patches. So that was just to basically get it to a state where there weren't obvious huge benefits for certain retrofits that were overpowering the game.
That's right.
Hey, Jinxx, we're in a bad situation here. We're about to get flanked.
We're not in a bad situation. We're in a horrible situation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I got a TD, so I'm backing out fast.
Peacetime War Dog says, in World of Tanks, they have weather like rain and snow. Will that be in Armored Warfare? We already have rain and snow in Armored Warfare. So, for example, in the Ghost Fields map, there's a lot of rain. A very cool looking map. We also have, especially PvE mode, we've got a lot of night maps. So, we've got some really cool effects there. Definitely recommend you check it out.
I think one of the ideas, what we haven't seen a lot is in most of those effects have been being used to good effect in the PvE modes. I would say that going forward, we're looking at potentially when we add a new game mode or whatever, definitely bringing out some more of those effects. The reason being, we've been using time of day and weather effects and such like that to distinguish what mode you're playing at the time. So at a quick reference, you could quickly determine what version of Ghost Field or whatever you're playing at a time. So,
that's right, yeah. So the encounter map looks different from the regular map, for example.
Yeah, beyond just the minor changes on the map itself, the weather looks a little bit different.
Stormcat Epic says, I can never seem to use my headlights. Work fine for me. There may be a bug with that. Yeah, be hitting the H key.
Oh, man.
I got 2 kills, so it's okay.
Yeah, good one. You did better than me. I got slaughtered right away. I'm not following Jinxx anymore, man. He always just gets me killed.
Yeah, that's right. He's too used to driving his BBL.
Yeah, I wasn't able to extract myself.
So a couple other things that came in the patch as well were some just general game optimizations to improve the performance of the game and also make it run a little bit better on some of the lower end computers. And a few examples of those is they changed the drawing distance on shadows and reduced them to increase the game's performance. Reduce the drawing distance on vegetation and just stuff like that. So the game runs a little bit better if you don't have the horsepower to run it on ultra settings. If you're lucky enough to be able to run it on ultra, then you're good to go. If not, some of these changes will make it run a little better. So that's good news for a lot of people in the community.
Yeah, it helps across the board too, because some people may be able to upgrade their settings another notch or two. If you're not even on the low end, if you're on the medium end, you get enough benefit to see the game the way it's meant to be seen.
All right, shall we do tier 4 again, or what do you guys feel like?
I'm game for whatever. Sorry, I was.
Josh, do you have an opinion?
I want to show you my elite tier 1 PvE skills.
Elite tier 1 PvP
Alright.
skills. Okay.
Tier
Yeah.
1. I haven't played Tier 1 for a long time. I don't know if
I know, let's do that. It's fun to go back down and zip around.
Alright. PT76, I guess I'll take. I'll probably regret it.
Yeah, you know what? I might do that with you. Maybe I just give me a second to see if I've even upgraded this or anything like that.
Question, I have not upgraded it. Okay.
No.
Let me. Takaoshi says, I get a weird annoying buzzing sound in game a lot. Is there a way to fix this? I think that's one of the issues that we have that I think is getting fixed in update 13.13. Unless I missed my mark. Josh, can you recall?
Yeah, I'd have to check that one.
I feel like we know that they that there are some sound bugs, and I know that they've been trying to track them down for a while. And a lot of you guys have been reporting them on the forums, which is great. That's super helpful. So yeah, I think that you'll find. I'm pretty sure there's something in the. No retrofits.
Okay.
Well, that makes it easier. Alright, I guess we have to do
yes,
easy
it does.
PvE.
Easy.
Everyone
That's the only
starts
one.
off.
That's the only
tier
one
one.
available.
Alright. Calm down.
And this will be Operation Quarterback, a desert map. So we'll get desert camo. You guys ready up?
Alright, I'm ready. Sorry, I was gonna put on a camo, but I guess not. I have not done a tier 1 PvE or PvP for a while.
Yeah.
But you know, Josh's got a good point, man. Sometimes it's fun to go back and have some good times.
Yeah, that's one of the things I really like about Armored Warfare is being able to go back down to low tiers and have a lot of fun. There's some unique and exciting vehicles to drive there.
Yeah, we're going to have some programs starting up soon to encourage people to go back down to lower tiers, help some of the new players that are coming into the game. So we'll be offering some incentives in the future. We want to make sure that, you know, the first time experiences for people as they come into the game, that they have players to play with.
Yeah. DZ6265 asks, how is the progress on the new commander and crew skill system? I think we mentioned last year sometime.
It's come a long way since yesterday. Yeah.
Welcome to the desert, Black.
No, I kid. I mean, he probably.
The PLM
A lot of people may not have been able to
system
join the stream yesterday.
Why not?
So, yeah, well, that's a good question. Why not?
Yeah, it's got better things to do. Come on.
Do we not entertain enough?
Are you not entertained?
Oh yeah. Oh, under a rock.
Oops.
Why can't I get a sight on this guy?
PvE
hold on.
easiest. There aren't enough enemies to shoot.
Target hit.
Oh, there are now. Oh,
They'll come.
Ammo up.
where'd he go? Oh, he went outside of my. So
Ammo
this is
up.
Oh my gosh.
Up. Good hit.
Whoa, that was a good shot. Whoever just did that. Oh, where are you
Yeah.
coming from?
Ammo up.
I spotted their whole team,
Jeez.
and
And you got blown up?
Threat destroyed.
You got blown up already?
Yeah, I got hit by like 6 of them at the same time.
Our senior producer, everybody. Very good at the game.
Yeah, not as. I mean, yesterday. Oh man, that's very
Where
sad.
am I getting hit by?
Yesterday I was playing, and I was the only tier 1 in a match, and I got like 5k damage. And
Wow. I just destroyed a tank that had 1 hit left. 1 hit point.
Nice.
Alright. We got that secondary objective here.
Good work. That looks like the PLL.
Why Be Surprised asks, what are some ways that normal players can help you out with the game? That's a great question, and we really appreciate you asking it. One thing that's super helpful for us is if you run into anything like a bug or something that you think isn't as fun as you would like, please let us know. We have great feedback forums with a lot of categories for different types of feedback. We have bug reports forums that we look at all the time, and the developers look at all the
Look
time.
at this guy.
So, if you come across something, please post it there. It's we have testers, but there's no testers. No amount of testers can really replace thousands of players playing your game every day. So it would be super helpful for us if you can let us know whenever you run into anything that seems wrong.
This guy is just
and the more
bouncing
details
every
you
single one of my
provide,
shots.
the more details you provide,
Target destroyed.
the better able we are to act on that feedback. So.
Ammo up.
Yeah, another thing I would say is, if you want to help us and help yourself, promote the game as much as possible.
Yeah.
Tell friends, post on forums, let people be aware of Armored Warfare, and do your best to help new players when they're coming in. Answer their questions on the forums, in game, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It goes a
Play
very
low
long
tiers.
way on. Yeah, it goes a very long way in
Penetrating.
in bringing people into the game and making them comfortable, especially like going into a low tier PvE match like this. And if you see someone in your game, ask them if they're new and see if you can help them.
It's also, conduct yourself in a kind and respectful manner when you're in the game too. When you come into a match, don't ask people what their strategy is and how we can work together, and encourage your teammates rather than be spiteful. I think that goes a long way too, where you make the game welcoming for everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in the base. I didn't realize. Sorry, I spawned it.
Fun. Okay to capture it.
Is that everybody?
Why not? Don't see anybody else. Oh, don't drive into me.
There's one.
On the way back. Oh, they're spawning in the back.
I have a bit of a rant on that topic.
On which topic?
On the topic of capturing bases, especially in PvE.
Target destroyed.
It depends. I mean, a lot of people don't like it when you cap out, but if it's a difference between capping out and tracking someone down for 3 minutes or however long it takes you to find that one last guy on the map, or completing the mission and moving on to another one where you have 20 enemies to shoot at it from the start, I think it's an advantage to just cap out. So that's my point of view.
Taking the refinery. Enjoy
Awesome.
your payday.
Victory!
Jam My Donut 11 asks, will there be tier 8 premium tanks? Certainly possibly in the future, but right now we only have tier 9s in the game, so I think that would be something in the further away.
Well, I think Josh said it best yesterday in yesterday's stream, where if there's if the tank exists in real life and fits in our game, we want it in our game, and whether that's going to be as part of a dealer tree or comes in as a premium, we're just barely gotten started with adding vehicles to the game. So I would definitely expect to see a lot more, and I very could possibly some of them could be tier 8 premiums. So. Into speaking of which, do we have like a vehicle wish list up on the suggestions form?
Yeah,
Kev?
there's definitely there's a compilation of suggested vehicles. So take a look at that, see what a lot of them have already been added to the game. Well, maybe not a lot of them because the list is pretty long, but some of them have definitely been added to the game. I mean, keep in mind it takes a while to make some of these vehicles, so yeah. But,
yeah, I mean, we're only 3 months out of the gate here, and we already have a pretty wide range of some of the most popular vehicles in the game.
We do tier 2 next?
Yeah,
Six.
I was thinking
Six?
6.
Oh, you want 2?
I don't know. I was asking.
Well,
Let's go 6.
Okay.
alright,
Bunker Bomber asks, what kind of dealer can we expect next? Nationality/vehicles? Well, I think we can answer a little bit of that. We have a dealer coming soon who has some Chinese vehicles. Expect to see that.
Yeah, Yep, his first line of vehicle, just to be clear, is
Right. Yeah.
the first line of vehicles available to him are Chinese. Does not mean that that's going to be the only. Don't think of him as the Chinese dealer. Am I not ready? I am not ready.
so I'm probably not ready. I was just deciding which tier 6 to take out. I think I know, so.
Yeah.
Alright.
Do better after that miserable performance.
Alright.
I'm gonna get at least 3 kills in this game.
Are we doing PvP or PvE?
PvP.
Goofy.
If it was PvE, then if I didn't get 3 kills, you should,
Oh, how many kills did you get last round?
like I said, you should shoot me.
Sorry, give me one moment, guys.
Oh no, you got. No. Okay, yeah, you got 5.
I was like,
you got-
yay, tier 1, it's easy, no problem. I still died.
Right.
Sorry.
No worries.
I'm being quick.
Sure you are.
Alright, apparently I'm not. Come on. Alright, boom. Sorry about that. I'm ready. I will be in a sec. Ready. Boom.
So there's some questions about what are our plans with matchmaking going forward? How are we planning on adjusting it, or is there anything that we don't like about the way it's working now?
Yeah, there's a couple of issues that should be addressed in point 13. I mean, there's an overall kind of revamp of the system to try to make it match faster and get some tighter spreads in some situations. But like one of the things we really don't like to see that's weird right now is sometimes it has to do with platoons, and we just demonstrated it a couple matches ago where one team had 2 the highest tier in the game and the other team had 0 of them. We really want to eliminate that bug. Now, if you look at this particular match here where it's they have 2 tier 7s and we only have 1, that's not necessarily a matchmaking bug. You have to remember that our matchmaker also puts in some stuff on it. Also, what am I saying? The upgrades, it also takes those into account too. So you never know when someone else on the other team may be stock, and the VBL may be max upgraded, or one of the other tanks. So it takes a lot of things into consideration. So you can't just look at 2 teams and go, oh, these teams are unbalanced because of tier. Tier is not the only consideration.
Driver, move out.
There's a question here from Odin Naden. Said, is there going to be a training room against bots? Why don't you go into PvE missions?
Yeah, training room's really, a sandbox, and we don't have, we haven't added that ability into that mode yet, and it's not currently on the drawing board.
They got scouts up here in the corner already. Got a smart team. So I think I'm rolling solo here, which is probably not a good idea. Oh yeah.
Hostile PC marked.
Probably not a great place for that guy.
Ammo up.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of guys up here. Could use some help.
Yeah, up that way. Cataclysm Ben7 asks, hey guys, do you plan on playing with people in the Discord server, like in, and they think it would be a fun thing for everybody? Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
We'd love to.
Hit us
play.
up.
If you're on there and I Obviously, we have some work to do as well, so we can't spend all our time.
But we play
Gaming
on our
or-
own time.
Yeah.
I'll platoon with players. All.
So
I
if
was
you see
on
one of us
for
on
about
there,
2 hours last night.
if you see one of us on there, go ahead and send us a message,
Target, mark.
and we'll do our best to join you.
I think we gotta push these guys up here.
Problem is they're just hiding behind the ridge line.
Yeah, they got a good spot, but you know we can. I think we got enough of us up here. We could push.
But worried about way in the south there.
Yeah,
Jinxx,
well,
you've
let's
got
get
somebody
rid of
coming along towards you.
Lots of somebodies. I'm holding the flank, man. Someone's got to do it.
Where are these fools?
And just a reminder, if you just joined us, we are handing out codes for the Chieftain Mark 6 chat. So make sure you say something in chat, say hello, introduce yourself, let us know where you're from, let us know what your favorite tank is, and we have Piroko diligently slaving away, handing out as many vehicles as he can.
Target
There
eliminated.
we go.
Did you kill that guy?
I did.
Oh,
Sorry about that. Did I steal your kill?
I don't care. Dead is dead.
Okay.
It's a team game, man. Uh-oh.
Identify target.
Hostile tank.
12v12. It's turned into a good match.
Yeah.
All right.
I have a T80
Identify target.
Target hit.
come eat me soon.
Smoke out. Move.
We've got a bunch of people coming up from the city as well.
Yeah.
Refinery.
Well, we got.
Sure, if I
I'm
can
on
get
I'm backing out to base.
Yeah, I've got a train behind me. There's a problem in it. If I can get
Well, we got a bunch of us. We might actually just go for the base here. Oh no, we're totally avoiding it.
here.
Can I get a beat on
see.
this guy?
Echo, she asks, any plans to give away the Type 59 again in the future? I was in the hospital when the event was going. Felt kind of sad when I got home and the event was over. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you're doing better now. I think we'll probably will have some more events to give out the
Identify target.
Type 59.
Tank.
No, if, we
Yeah,
have
it
any-
wasn't exclusive.
Target immobilized.
Yeah.
Traffic 10.
Identify.
It might be a while though.
Oh no. Ah, that was that. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got him down to like half health, but I fell a little short of my 3-kill game.
Shot these guys.
That's him capping the base over my dead body.
Oh, that. I will watch Drew here.
Yeah, we're trying to slowly push south. Where? Where? Just trying to keep my distance. I'm pretty low on health already, and
Yeah.
EDs don't have a lot of armor. Although I think they're gonna.
Cataclysm 7 asks, have you thought about adding a missile cam for finer control of tow and other missiles?
That would be cool.
It would be cool. It's definitely come up, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure.
It has, but generally that's not how most of those missiles are really guided. So,
Right, it definitely
and
seems
we want to
cool.
make it we want a gameplay balance too between the systems as well.
Oh, I couldn't get enough to get.
Got it. Took that one in the chin.
I got too cocky. Should have maintained my distance.
Sparkle Pony 97 asks, will there be a way, missions, etc., to get base resources other than just logging in? It's certainly a possibility, and we have a loot system coming in the future as well, so it's a possibility that we might, hand out stuff like that for, as loot, so.
Yeah, the loot system definitely opens up possibilities for lots of things.
Yeah. And
Are we all dead?
Yes. Oh, we lost too. Rasta Own asks, can you tell us if 30 versus 30 on a larger map is in your planning? I think right now we're limiting ourselves to 15 versus 15. And we've got maps that are up to 1.4 by 1.4 kilometers. Now, granted, the map that we have that's that big does not use all of its space. So, there's definitely more we could do with that kind of map, but yeah,
Yeah, large battles would be cool. Let's get our 15 on 15 polished and working, and then we can look at doing some other things.
Yep. Okay, what should we drive next?
Let's do tier 6 again. I think I like tier 6. It's a
like tier 6.
good. It's a good spot. I know. I have to put cam on everything now.
It's so hard.
I know.
Okay. We're actually gonna put some camo on. Okay.
Okay. Ready.
What's going on there?
Not sure. Sound to me. Is that you or is that Josh?
I think
Red
it's
alert.
Josh.
Red alert! Oh no, the Romulans are close. I mean, what?
Second. Now I need some base paint.
Kochov asks, any chance for custom camos submitted by the community? It's definitely a cool idea. I think we'd have to implement some kind of system to review it, make sure that, the quality is up to snuff, and so on. But I think it's worked well for some other games that have that kind of system.
Yeah, give us a year or two development
Yeah.
before we can get to that stage.
Oh yeah, that snapshot asks, not sure if this was answered, will there be a preset option to allow players to switch between a PvE and a PvP setup a lot faster? I guess for, ammunition and so forth, maybe commanders and that kind of setup.
I see. That's a very good suggestion. I would definitely put that in our suggestion forum,
Yeah,
so that
you
we
can,
can take a look at that one.
Yeah, if you can throw a suggestion, try to be detailed. If you have a sketch of what the UI should look like, or any details like that, add that in there. The more details, the better, and then we'll have the developer take a look. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Sorry, guys. I'm ready.
Already?
I'm just not as high tech. I just didn't think of that because
Yeah, no, of course.
I'm kind of I'm lazy. I just have one setup. Costs me.
Let's see. Are there plans to make battalions be able to trade consumables?
Well, I mean, we want consumables, huh? We want to add in a lot of features for battalions. Trading in the game, though, however, puts a lot of situations where things could be abused and gold spammed into the game. You know, because I trade this one consumable for 10,000 gold, and then I make an account, and then there's a lot of ways to abuse any sort of trading mechanisms in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Driver, crank it. Affirmative. Gunner, scan for targets.
Okay. 2 VBLs on our side.
Yeah.
No,
I'm waiting to see where they go.
I'm gonna go north,
south,
I guess, because he
I'm
went
with-
south.
Yeah, I'm going wherever Josh isn't.
Wow.
Man. Hard.
I always get killed whenever I go with Josh, so.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
Sorry,
always
bud.
the wingman that gets it. You have to
Slow
be as
Death,
cool as me. And
Slow Death asks, are there plans for Clan Wars? We do have plans for some high level competitive mode. So stay tuned for more info on that.
ish.
What are some of the cool nicknames staff have in the office? Are there any you can share with us?
None of that are printable.
For IT guy.
IT guy. New guy, IT guy. That one changes though.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that.
Why am I here all alone with 3 enemy MBTs?
Identify.
Reputation.
Because it's you, man.
I know, but literally no one's over here. I'm
You mean on
spotting
the
for no
enemy
one.
team or? Oh,
Oh, they're gonna hunt me down now. I'm gonna see if I can run fast enough to live. Our artillery's gonna die in our base. Oops.
I'm just wanting our guy to pull these guys out.
so there've been some questions about bases and more base building.
Identify
So
target.
again, the base system is very early in pretty far from where we want it to be right now. So it's a very early iteration of the system. I would expect to see a lot more interesting stuff happening with bases.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's that's like phase 1 of 5 or something that we have planned for it.
What shot me there, but.
Oh, what?
Unless we push their base now, we're gonna lose this game because they're already in our base.
Yeah,
Damn it, taking fire.
I was not paying attention. I just did something universally stupid.
Ugh, I also did something incredibly dumb. Maybe it's a my.com thing, I don't know.
Yeah.
I watched. I mean, for all we were making fun of Jinxx, he's still alive.
Yeah. Oh, not for long. Serpentine! Serpentine!
That's what I do.
Oh, nice moves. Oh, it's killer.
We might pull out.
Oh,
we
this
might pull a win
Terminator.
out of this.
No.
I don't think so. Let's see. So, Lone Wolf Run asks, after we die and go to spectator mode, can you guys look into implementing an aerial view option? That's a pretty cool idea.
We don't want to give a system in which
Yeah.
you can spot for your team after death.
That's right, yeah.
Dead man
However,
tell-
we do
hotels.
want to improve that system. So, for example, you can see, where you were penetrated or that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So you can sort out, how to make yourself better hull down or something in the future. And the flight path from the person that killed you as well. Well, I'm gonna try to cap the base.
Awesome
Well,
Jossum
they're
asks,
all
Well, there was a Terminator over here that was threatening to destroy me in my life.
Well, there are no more Terminators on the map, so I think you're safe.
That's true. I could look up at there and see what's left. Oh, so just the MBT 70s. I was still catching my breath over there after that long run.
Crazy Canuck or Canuck?
Canuck, dude,
Canuck?
come on.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Asks, hi guys, any plans to allow us to gift tanks or gold to other tankers in the near future? A gifting system would be cool. The problem with gifting is that there's a high potential for fraud, so, you know, that's something we would like to avoid, sort of going back to what Josh said about gold spamming and so on. So yeah, we would like to, and if we can figure out a way to do it safely and securely, then that would certainly be an option. Lieutenant Mike Powell asks, is your main office in the Irvine Spectrum? Obsidian's office is in Irvine. We are in the San Francisco Bay Area. My.com is.
Wow, this guy is going for it, eh?
Red Dan Watt asks, is there a plan to bring out something like Tank Company?
I'm not sure I understand that question.
I think he's saying a competitive mode where tank companies in a world of tanks is just somewhere where you can get 15 people together and go into like pre-arranged teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we'll have a competitive mode. We don't know. I don't know if it will be at 15 versus 15, but.
Watch out, Josh.
Yeah, absolutely.
An MBT 70. Oh, jeez.
Dead men tell no tales. See, that's what
I
we
was
want
typing
to avoid.
in chat. I was typing in chat.
All right, let's get back to the garage and get back into another match real quick so we can do one more before I have to log off.
All right.
And I say tier 4. What do you think?
Okay.
Hey, whatever the Canuck wants.
Line Noise asks, will tier 10s be a token system like tier 9s? I don't think we figured that out for certain yet, have we?
There hasn't been a final decision, but most likely the token system for tier 9 I think was fairly well liked. I mean, I'd like to hear your guys' opinions in the chat, but
yeah, let us know what you guys liked. If you prefer to see a token system, or you prefer to see something like the rest of the tiers.
I like that it gives you the ability to kind of shift and stuff at higher tiers.
Do this. That snapshot, I answered that question earlier. It's a great idea. Please create a suggestion post about it and do as much detail as you can, and that way we'll be able to take it to developers.
So I can't see who's asking here, but any plans for night maps and having to use thermal night vision? So we do have nighttime already. That's in some of the PvE missions. In terms of using thermal vision, that one I don't know. Maybe Josh could talk about that.
Yeah, there's been different talks on how to implement that. I mean, obviously we can add we can on maps like night and stuff, we could take the vision range down on all vehicles, or raining or fog and that sort of stuff, and having different types of vision in your tank modules could or retrofits would allow you to get some of that vision range back. But final implementation of those types of mechanics we haven't come up with a final implementation on that yet.
I just want to say my Sheridan with camo looks rad.
Affirmative. Gunner, scan for target.
Affirmative.
Loader.
Yeah,
ready
so
up.
here's an example of a rainy
Move
map
out.
in
Exactly.
PvP.
Load, heat.
So a couple of people are saying they like the token system and they like the flexibility that it provides, so good to know.
Cool.
Udnaden asks, will there be special tournament camos or tanks? Certainly in the future, I think that would be a very real possibility. You know, where speaking of which, we should give a shout out to the Armored Warfare Open Tournament, which is happening in North America relatively soon, in a couple weeks' time.
Yeah.
You know, it's a player organized tournament that is looking like it'll be a lot of fun. If you or your clan are interested, we have a post up on our website that gives all the details, and they have a rad website that they set up just for this. So if you can, if you get a bunch of friends together who are interested in that, go sign up, and you may win some awesome prizes.
Hostile PC marked. Identify target.
Yeah, they beat us to that corner.
Yeah, they did.
That was very sad.
I took a couple of really bad hits, but now our guys are coming to join the fight here. This is going to be a long brawl, I think. I'm going to keep my distance.
Not if that MBT comes around. It's going to be a very short brawl. Oh, like that. Oh, run away. Oh, and artillery too. Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah, shoot at Jinxx. Why not?
Oh,
it's a favorite sport of people.
Yeah.
It's not easy being a piñata.
No. Yeah, I gotta like create a ghost account so I could come in here anonymously and not have everybody turn on me in a match. What's Kev doing over here?
Got it from all sides. No, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it.
Are you in the south? You guys need to push that south.
Yeah. Otherwise, because our north is
slowly bleeding out. Quickly bleeding out now.
What's there?
Yeah, that are half dead.
Identify.
Yeah. Yeah, most of our team's gonna start dropping pretty quick.
We'll see if I can rush back there and support a little bit.
Oh, that was a good shot, Josh.
Ace asks, have you thought of offering tanks as rewards for player-run tournaments? We are already offering tanks as rewards for player-run tournaments. So, for example, for the
guys who did the that was a good spot though, Josh. You had a couple good shots there.
Man.
Yeah.
Keep in touch.
So we had the the guys who ran the NA Winter Cup 2015 in December. We provided them with a whole bunch of ice tanks for that one, and they've got a tournament going next week, actually starting on Saturday. Sign up is still open, and we've provided them with a whole bunch of Merc tanks to give away for that one. So in the European servers, there's a couple guys, they do the Tank Mania tournament. So yes, it's something that we're very happy to support and help execute on. So we put up a blog this morning on our website about the latest North American tournament. So head over there and find out how you can enter for a chance to win.
Yep.
You know, something I'd be interested in supporting from a player community standpoint is anyone that wanted to try to put together some historical kind of scenario meetings or something like that. You know, playing on a desert map to try to reenact some particular battles by having each team have a certain number of tanks and having scenarios and such. I did that in some other tank games, and it was a ton of fun. So there you go. There's an open offer out there if someone wants to try to organize something like that.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, I have to bow out.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for joining us.
Whoa, weird.
And almost toast here.
I can't wait to. I encourage everybody in the community who's watching that if you guys are creating some cool camos, post them up for the community to see. Post them on our Facebook page. Post them on in the forums. We want to see what you guys create, and we'd love to see that. So, with that, I will take my leave. Thank you, gentlemen, and thank you, everybody. I'll see you guys later.
Take
Later.
care.
All right,
Thanks
see you
for
later.
joining us.
And then there were one. I'm not sure that the swing fire is going to be able to carry it.
I don't know, man. Swing fire is awesome. Alright, should we, what time is it? Should we do one more and then call it an evening?
Sure.
Okay. Do you feel like driving?
Do tier 6 again.
You're 6 already. How's the code giveaway going there, Piroko?
It's going.
Going? Cool.
Yeah, I might do, some more lightning rounds just to keep everyone on their toes.
See, what should... Do you have any XM?
Alright, almost there.
Ortonoth asks, any plans for adding a battalion finder for those that are looking for them? It's definitely a good idea. We do have the forums, so if you're looking for a battalion, that's a great place to look.
We also have our new Discord server as well that has recruitment channels and such in it as well.
Right. So if you're hook up to our Discord, you can go to aw.my.com and we've got a news article there using the server, and make sure you check it out. Got a lot of cool people on there. Well, now here's a question for you, Josh. Pelora01 asks, what is the ultimate goal of Armored Warfare?
The ultimate goal. I mean, the ultimate goal of anyone that gets into the game industry is make a game that's popular and sold. That players play over a very long period of time. So that's our goal. Is we want to still be doing this 10 years from now. We rely on you guys, community feedback, word of mouth to get the game out there and let people know. So we want this to be a long-term experience for everyone involved.
Cafe Slave asks, what is your favorite tank in the game? I think we answered that yesterday. I really like the Swing Fire, and I'm also a big fan of the M60A3.
Yeah, I'm a fan of a bunch of the light and AFEs. Not the light tanks, but the AFEs of different flavors.
Ortonoth asks, will the limited tanks such as the Merc and Ice Packs be available again in the future?
Through maybe some very limited promotional ways, but there's the time that we wanted to sell them was during those periods of time. But we'll have different, types of packs coming up in the future. So. For example, join that tournament. You have an opportunity to get some of those.
There you go. Yeah. Cataclysm N7 asked, what was your favorite movie of 2015 and what are your thoughts on Fury? I have not seen Fury.
I have.
You have, yeah.
Yeah, Fury was...
Driver, crank it.
Pretty good
Gunner, scan for target.
movie.
Affirmative.
It was more of a. I mean, I don't rank it up there with your Saving Private Ryan or of course the Band of Brothers series, if for a World War II standpoint. But it was a fun movie. A little brutal in some places, but that is war.
Yeah.
And favorite movie of 2015. I mean, Mad Max.
Mad Max
was
really
very good. I really liked The Martian as well. I really liked The Martian, actually.
Yeah, I've heard only good things about it. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten around to seeing it.
And I'll give you some bonus info here. Books. I listen to a lot of books on tape on my way to work, and one of the series I'm reading right now is a Harry Turtledove alternative history. And the series is called the War That Came Early, and it's based on basically the scenario if the Germans would have started the war early, before the Polish campaign, and the French and UK would have stood up earlier in the war, and the phony war never took place. I'm 2 books into like 6 of that one. Very in-depth series. A lot of fun. If you're into seeing the war from different perspectives on the ground, air, and at sea, it's really cool.
Oh.
Hostile tank, mark.
Chill AAA84 asks, any plans for user-created decals? I mean, it would be cool. Our concern there is really, making sure that there's nothing inappropriate there. That would require a fair bit of moderation and effort.
Yeah, I think one of our first steps will be potentially like user modified decals, like being able to maybe potentially choose from different options and stack them, rotate them, expand them, apply them, that kind of thing. So we'll give you more customization options. I mean, it's something we definitely want to do in the future. I mean, other people have suggested doing things like antenna, sandbags, that kind of stuff to customize each vehicle as well.
Yeah.
Those take a little bit more effort just due to the polygons that are added to models by doing those types of options.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, just a reminder to everyone, Armored Warfare, a very young game. Yes, our goal is to be here 10, 15 years from now, and that time you're going to see a completely different experience because we'll have had 10 years to do our development. Right now, again, concentration is so much on, as you see this last patch, yes, we added the camouflage system that we had been working on for a while, but there was more, house cleaning, more bug fixes and, answering a lot of the stuff that's being brought up by players and such.
Yeah.
And point 13, we'll see even more of that, with some other cool features that we've been working on as well. And some new content.
Robin Red asks, have you given any thoughts to adding historical type battles? I mean, we discussed that a little bit yesterday, but like the Battle of 73 Eastings, it would definitely be cool. And again, Josh mentioned earlier that he'd like to support some kind of community run activity where they have, a certain number of vehicles on one side, certain number of vehicles on the other, and have it sort of be historically accurate. That would be very cool.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, to recreate some of those battles, we need to get some more indifferent tanks into the game. Mm-hmm. So some battles will be more easy to support right now. Like you could probably do some Gulf Force stuff pretty effectively. could also do some Cold War goes hot kind of scenarios.
Yeah.
Would definitely be interesting to see some asymmetrical teams, you know, as well. You know, something like mixture of some Bradleys and M1A1s versus some of the older Soviet things, like 5-on-15 or something like that.
Yeah.
But we have training rooms, guys. Get it together and let's have a party. Just make sure you invite me.
North Mountain asks, will you be addressing the FPS issues in some of the maps in the next update? We are constantly working on those. We definitely know that there are some maps that have more issues for some players, and we are working on resolving those and smoothing things out. So, yeah,
and that's the balance too. I mean, that's the balance that we deal with. Like, Reactor was giving some people some problems. You know, so we have a wide spectrum of players and their computing systems, and we want to support. So while we want to make maps bigger and add better graphics, we also want to continue to support that lower end as well.
Yeah.
But you guys could help us by updating your computers. That would be great.
Buy a Falcon Northwest,
support
everybody.
Support your local Best Buy, because the game really does start to look pretty good when you start playing on the higher settings. And we'd like to really do some more stuff on, you know, settings that really make ultra.
Yeah.
In like the 2016 sense and not the 2005 sense.
Rizental's girlfriend apparently suggested that we have spinners on our tanks. Reds.
That's an idea.
Alrighty. Should we call it an evening then?
Yeah, let's just remind people that tomorrow we'll be out in the wild, being shot at and giving away chieftains.
Yeah, so we'll be doing another stream tomorrow as well. So that will be at 4:00 p.m. Pacific, 7:00 Eastern time, and yeah, we'll be doing the bounty hunt event again. You may remember it from before the holidays. So there'll be participating people from My.com. So if you destroy a My.com player in the game, we will reward you with a Chieftain Mark 6. So, yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. My name is Freitag, and joining me earlier were Drew, and now still Josh and Piroko. And yeah, thank you very much for joining us. We will see you again tomorrow. Remember to tune in. And don't forget to hit the follow button at the below. You can also subscribe to email notifications letting you know when we go live, and that way you will never miss a stream and you will never miss badass giveaways like what we've been doing with Mark 6. So take care. Thank you.
Someone was asking how to someone is asking how to help earlier, you know.
Yeah.
Like us on Facebook, you know, forward our and you know our streams and interesting Armored Warfare news. It really does help people get new people into the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Alrighty, thank you very much, and have a great evening.
Take care.
See you later, guys.
Bye.
The American XM8 armored gun system is a Tier 8 light tank. It is very fast, maneuverable, and well-armed thanks to its experimental 105mm rifled gun. As one of the most powerful light tanks in armored warfare, it can outflank and outrun practically every heavier vehicle in the game. It was born in the 80s as part of the AGS armored gun system competition. The XM8 was developed as the modern replacement for the Sheridan light tank. The XM8 is highly mobile on all forms of terrain and has excellent accuracy even while on the move. Compared to other light tanks, the XM8 has excellent protection, especially when fully upgraded. The armor is, however, customizable from the Level 1, protecting the crew only from small arms fire, to high-intensity conflict Level 3, providing protection even against infantry anti-tank weapons. The vehicle has excellent mobility thanks to a Detroit diesel engine tuned to 580 horsepower, allowing this light tank to go as fast as 72 kilometers an hour. The XM8 continues the American armor tradition of massive firepower on a relatively light chassis. And while it lost the original competition to the Stryker, the United States Army is currently considering reviving the project with updated armament. You can now play the XM8 in the open beta phase of Armored Warfare. Sign up today at aw.my.com. The Tier 9 Challenger 2 main battle tank arrived on the battlefield amidst an evolving political situation. Low-intensity skirmishes in Africa were being fought with obsolete equipment and outdated armor. There were no clear victories. The Challenger 2, originally designed and produced in Britain, was expected to be a dominant force when it hit the modern conflict zones. Murat Shishkin, a preeminent arms dealer, acquired a large number of the newest variants of the tank from a defunct military base in the UK. It was these tanks that entered the battlefields of Africa after being sold to various private military contractors and mercenaries. Upgrades like the 1,500 horsepower MT-883 diesel engine gave it decent speed and good mobility. Depleted uranium Jericho shells fired from its 120mm rifled gun allowed it to tear through the outdated T-72s, which made up the bulk of the private military's arsenal before the Challenger 2's arrival. The very nature of the African conflict changed with the Challenger 2's arrival. Rolling through the smoke of their own grenades, with enemy shells rendered useless by explosive reactive armor, the Challenger 2 was unstoppable. The Challenger 2 is available to all players in Armored Warfare now. Conflict is business. Play Armored Warfare for free today at armoredwarfare.com.